Appreciate everybody staying up for this late night piece of information that'll change your life as always. I am Fontaine the Titan. Allow everybody a chance to get up in here for this exclusive this exclusive information. You know, the uh the trader's blueprint is definitely something that you go want to be a part of. Right? I'm gonna give you 5 reasons for it. Reason number one is me. I'm doing it. Right? So all y'all that know me know that I don't play around. Y'all know that I can teach you this. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at it as if it's somebody that you don't know. Don't look at it as if it's a stranger. You know what I'm saying? This is me, you know? The same one, if you're a friend or a family, helped you helped you ride your bike when you was little. You know what I'm saying? When you was probably in high school with me, you know what I'm saying? I probably helped you pass a test or something like that, you know? Like on the 100 tip, you know me. And that's reason number one. I'm genuine, you know, pure at heart. And I'm not going to lead you down the wrong path at all. That's just off the tops, you know? Everybody that know me, you know? And I don't shoot no bullshit at all, you know? Reason number two. Reason number two. It's not just me. It's not just me. It's a team. It's a community. It's the profit path. And with all of us together, we can get you together, you know? Between the way I'm going to teach you and everybody else that's around that's going to be able to influence your growth in this thing. That is super powerful because you can't learn this on your own. I'm telling you that you cannot learn this on your own. You can think you can go try to get on the internet and go try to find something. You cannot learn this on your own. And you need a mentor. No messing around. You need somebody to walk you through step by step, which leads me to number 3 reason is that I'm going to start you from the beginning. From the very, very beginning, step by step, as if you do not know anything. Like I'm reteaching you your ABCs. Through repetition and practice, you will eventually get it with all the tools that you're going to be provided with. You know, this is a journey that I encourage you to be a part of because I probably might not do this a whole lot of times, but I got to do it for the family. I got to do it for the friends. I got to do it for all the people who, if y'all fuck with me, y'all know that I'm shoot straight from the hip with you. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to be involved. I want y'all to be successful. I want y'all to be prosperous. You got to want it for yourself, you know? But yeah, we're going to start you from the beginning. And I'm riding with you for a whole year. That's reason number 4. It's because I'm riding with you for a full year. You is not going to get nobody else to ride with you like that, you know? And it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and I got that time and I got that patience to be able to really teach you the game on this because it's really not as complicated as you think, and it's really all about patience and knowing thyself, which brings me to number 5. You is going to learn more about yourself than you ever have in your life taking this workshop, I guarantee you, everything from within you, everything that you know who you really are, it's gonna come out. And that old self who you thought you were, you're gonna feel the difference of that new you that's gonna come out of you when you take this workshop. And I'm telling you, when I first got introduced to the stock market, right? When I first got introduced to it, it was more of a thing to where it's like I knew this is where I was supposed to be at. You know, I knew that in my life's journey that it was going to lead me to abundance, wealth, all that other cool stuff. You know, my granddad. See, a lot of y'all don't really. Y'all might know me. Y'all might not know some of the people in my family. You know what I'm saying? But you know how if you really go back and look in your family tree, you will find legacy all through your family. You know, so on one side of my family, you know what I'm saying, I got a granddad. A lot of y'all probably, if you from the old school, if you were OG, you probably remember his cab company. He had a cab company called Blue Eagle Cab. Was over there on the west side of the D, right? And he ended up selling that to Checkers. And then, you know, right now everybody Ubering because you know everything evolved. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just an example of how business and greatness, you know, runs in my family. On another side of my family, a lot of y'all probably don't even know this, is that Tina Turner is my goddamn cousin. I just seen my other cousin that he came up here from St. Louis just the other week, you know what I'm saying? Other day. Actually went out to breakfast, me, him, my sisters, and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Chewing the fat for a minute. Good to see you. Big cuz George. Hey, tap into the class, George. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at. But yeah, on that side of the family got Tina Turner, Anna Mae. It's my real life cousin though, you know. My mama told us the truth. She was like, "No, Ike was really getting his ass whooped. She was fucking him up. He just didn't want to leave." Some shit like that. But yes, that. But speaking of evolution, that's the evolution, right? You got to evolve within yourself. You can't keep doing the same things you was doing yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. You know, yesterday's habits only breeds yesterday's habits. And the habits that you bring into today and tomorrow, if they the same, you're going to keep on having that same reality, the same results. And if you're really looking for something different and something new in your life and something to change your life, you got to really step out and you got to really bet on yourself. I put that on everything. That is the most energy that you could ever put like in yourself. Like that's where it got to come. You got to bet on yourself. And a part of the reason why they say 95% of traders fail, right? Because they don't have the psychology to match, you know? And they don't know how to bet on themselves in that proper way, you know? The Trader's Blueprint, I'm going to teach you how to really, truly, because when you bet on yourself, it ain't gambling. I'm telling you, it's not gambling. It's a guarantee, you know? But you got to know from within, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing but charts and graphs. I don't know why people are afraid of charts and graphs. Charts and graphs ain't nothing. You learn the charts, you learn the graphs, you learn the psychology, and you learn how to play the game. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You know? Join the live I'ma do Sunday. You know? Sunday, 4 p.m. I'm going live with the preview of this workshop. It's gonna be the dopest workshop you will ever come across when it comes to trading. I'm talking about from the very beginning, step by step. You know, fuck step by step, crawl by crawl. Because if you don't know nothing about the goddamn stock market, you go out here and you try to get a class from one of these other people charging tens of thousands of dollars, they're going to expect you to know what I'm teaching you already. So if you're the type of person that already got bread and say, oh, okay, well, I'm get somebody that say that they a master and made millions and I'm gonna pay them. Guess what? They gonna take your $10,000 and you ain't gonna learn shit because they gonna be expecting that you already know something because you paying them that much money. You know, they're not expecting you to go into this game naked. And the real talk about it is that you don't have no knowledge of this game until you get into it. But who go put you in the game? Put me in the game, coach. Somebody got to put you in the game, and somebody got to put you in the game the right way, you know? Because 95% of people lose is because they don't have a mentor. They don't have somebody to walk them through step by step. They don't have access to the tools that we have here at the Profit Path. You know, this trader's blueprint, it's a gem. You know, it's gonna go down in history as one the most life changing, you know what I'm saying, thing you could ever do. You know, I want the whole world to take this class eventually because these corporations, they not hiring. So you gonna have to get paid some type of way. When the last time you just went to your job and got a raise and they just gave it to you or just offered it up to you more than you anticipated? You know what I'm saying? These jobs barely giving out bonuses. These jobs barely want to give you health insurance. These jobs only want to keep you on part-time. These jobs want to change your schedule every other week. These jobs don't give a damn about you having a babysitter. See, y'all don't feel me when I tell you that the trader's blueprint will change your life. You know, y'all think everything is all greasy because, you know, y'all run around here, you got this going on, you got that going on. I'm just talking about just stuff in the world, you know, Chris Brown in concert. That's live. But at the end of the day, what he gonna do for you? What he gonna do for you? He ain't gonna do anything for you. He gonna put on a nice show, but guess what you didn't learn? Guess what you done did to elevate your life? It ain't nothing against Chris Brown. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Go and enjoy the show. But understand that this is something you need to get into. This trader's blueprint. Because then the next time Chris Brown come to town, maybe you can get the seats that you actually really, really, really want. Right up there in the front row. Have backstage passes. You know? Doing the same shit you're doing now, elevated. That's what all of this is about. You know? You got to dig down deep from within, though, to really understand these concepts of what I'm bringing to you because it's really simple to grasp. Take the class and you will elevate. Take the workshop and you will elevate, you know? Because I sit here and I look at people and I be like, you know, I want y'all to be involved. You know, a lot of people be afraid, you know, and you can't be afraid of the success. You can't be afraid of gratitude and abundance and being and these high vibrational frequencies. You know, you gotta embrace it from within, and you gotta find out how. You know, and it's these type of tools that you already know that I'm all about. That I ended up finding out everything end up leading to the stock market. Everything that you end up learning about knowing thyself, you really on the journey to know thyself, I recommend you take this because one thing about the market is You got to be calm. You got to be patient. You got to be on zen, you know? And a lot of y'all are so distracted out there that y'all need something in your life to help calm you down and give you a different type of direction, give you a different way to think, you know? New information, you know? My homeboy Slick, he posted something. He say 1% better every day for a year. And you're 365% better after a year. Imagine that. Imagine that. Or you can keep doing the same things you was doing yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and see how much you improve. You know? Because if you didn't improve yesterday, then what do you expect for tomorrow? You know? So you got to own within yourself. You have to own the abundance that is within your birthright and allow that to shine out here. You know? I love it when I see all my people's all dressed up, looking nice, looking good. You know, it's the summertime, a lot of weddings going on. Shout out to my niece Shavana. Take the class, you know. Go ahead, get married, and have a beautiful ceremony and all that other cool, beautiful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Paulette, you know. Take the class. Yo, take the class. Cassandra, take the class. You know? Bert, take the class. My brother Bert, take the class, man. Get up on this. I will not steer y'all wrong. Y'all know me. Or you can continue and live the life that you live, and it ain't none of my business. But I do encourage y'all to come see where it's beautiful at. Come see a whole different side of yourself that you didn't know that could even exist in this reality. You know? All greater things are possible. But you have to know that within yourself. If you don't know that within yourself, I could do my best to instill it in you, but you got to get in the class first. You got to get in the workshop first. Because other than that, hey, good luck to you. You know, good luck on your own prosperity journey. Good luck on your own abundance journey. Because guess what? I hope that's the journey that you're on. I'm hoping that nobody wants to be out there continuing a journey of poverty, continuing a journey of confusion. I don't want you out there continuing these toxic journeys that you are all on. You know, take a step to do something different and change your life. You know, change your life in a whole different way that you didn't imagine. You know, it was a time in my life, you know, that you might think you want to be something else, right? When I was growing up, like I say, my granddaddy owned a cab company. The first thing I wanted to be when I grew up was a goddamn cab driver. Because that's how it goes, you know? That's what I knew at the time. And it looked successful to me. I looked at my granddaddy's house. He was looking large. I'm like, oh yeah. You know, I ain't recognizing then when I'm 4, 5, 6, 7 years old that what it was, you know? But I get it now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, now I understand. And so you got to find your own niche out here to really be successful, you know? I didn't inherit nothing from him, you know what I'm saying, in that type of way. You know, I still got to get it out the mud. You know, I got to take what he showed me to the next level, you know what I'm saying, in my own way. And I found that in the stock market, you know? Don't say that you don't have time to learn this, you know? Don't say that you don't have time. You make time for everything else. Make time for this. Make time for something to empower yourself. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're doing right now, did you tell yourself that that's what you wanted to do when you was younger? I guarantee you when you was younger, you said that you wanted to do a whole lot of other things. You wanted to have freedom, right? To travel, freedom to go wherever you want to do, go where you want to go, do what you want to do. Stock market provides that. Stock market open 23 hours a day, 5.5, 6 days a week. It opened up at 5 p.m. on Sunday, and it stay open to Friday at 4. It shuts down for an hour and a half between like 5 and 6 o'clock, and then you can get right back in there. Most of the action happen during the daytime when people at work, and if you work 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and don't get off to 2:30, 3 o'clock, I understand. That don't mean that you can't be involved. That does not mean you cannot be involved. As I said on the other one, you are approved. What I say, I don't know. You will not be denied. The stock market will allow you in. They don't discriminate, So, gotta be within yourself to do this, And trust me, this is the path that you want to be on. You want to be on the profit path. You want to be involved in this workshop. I will be doing the workshop preview Sunday, August the 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will reveal to you on Sunday a little dabble of that secret sauce that I'm talking about, so that you can understand even more so why this workshop is for you, why this is the life-changing thing that you've been waiting on. And I know y'all been waiting on it because y'all been asking me. And I had to figure out a way to put it together so it can be digestible and not scare you away. Because I know a lot of y'all already walking around with a bunch of fear inside of yourselves, So I'm going to make sure we go crawl before we walk. I'm going to make sure we go walk before we run, And then next thing you know, you're going to be in a spaceship in this thing. I'm telling you. This is the graviest train I ever seen in my life. And y'all know me. I don't even like the government. I don't even like these companies. I don't care about Google. I don't care about Apple. I don't care about Nvidia. I don't care about Tesla. I don't care about Elon Musk. I don't care about any of these companies. You think I have an allegiance to these companies? These is the same companies that put poison in your food and brainwashing your kids with all type of nonsense on the television. The least you can do is extract some of that money back out of them so that you can live a better life. That's the least you can do for yourself at this point. Shit. The trader's blueprint. Before you have a foundation, you need a blueprint. That's the real talk about it. And we go give you the blueprint, help you build that foundation, and then from there you build the skyscrapers, baby. It's a whole different mindset you go come out of this with. It ain't about just getting a couple of dollars and making money, even though you will make some money. But I really want to offer it to you to change your life. Tell you what, it's a whole different ball game when you know thyself. It's a whole different ball game when you can really understand Zen, when you can really understand peace, when you can really understand discipline, patience, So life is a whole different ball game. This trader's blueprint is not only just going to help you, teach you how to trade, turn you into a successful trader. It's going to help you in every aspect of your life and how you deal with people and who the people that you will even allow in your life. Because your mind frame is going to shift to such a high level, such a high frequency that nothing but abundance things are going to be attracted to you. And you won't even know that you go find out that it's by design once you take the trader's blueprint. It's no choice. The abundance, as within, so without, as above, so below. As you resonate it, you will see it before your own eyes. Grow and grow and grow. Take the workshop, I'm telling you. All of these companies out here making billions and billions and billions of dollars, record high profits. Where do you think that money at? It's in the stock market. All of these companies pulling in money, hand over fist, but won't give you a raise. You ask for time off. They got what they call it, PTO now. Huh? They ain't giving no pensions out. You probably ain't even getting your 401k matched. Take the workshop, change your life. You know? And the beautiful thing about it is the market is open 23 hours a day. So it don't matter. Keep your job. That's actually part of the plan. Some people be like, you quit your job yet? Like, no, I ain't quit my job. For what? Because see, the beautiful thing about it is my other outside job is smooth too. So I ain't got to worry about that. And I'm using that and using both. And I have a plan. And that's what the trader's blueprint allows you to do. Develop a life plan so that you can know exactly what you want to do. Step by step. And as things start breaking good for you, you already know what you're going to do. That's what the trader's blueprint is all about. From the very inception of it, to get you into the mind state, to be able to accept all of the abundance that is your birthright. Right there, legally in the United States of Scamerica. Right here. They encourage you to do it. Even your jobs, they invest in your money before they even give it to you. Before they give you your paycheck, they're investing all that money first. All the banks, you put your money in the bank, they're putting it in the stock market. Doubling up, tripling up. Why ain't you doing it? Because you don't know how. Workshop, August the 10th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to be sitting there 2-3 years later and see somebody else that then took the class and they come back up to you and you say, man, I should have took that class. I should have took that class. Shame on you. Shame on you if you go wait. Because this ain't about to be no class to where you think you go jump in at any time. Because we starting from the very beginning. So you got to start from the very, very beginning too. Don't think you go wait till November before Thanksgiving. You know what? I want to get in that class, man. Nope, it's too late. It's too late. I can't go back and show you. We ahead of you. I'm not going back for nobody. This a one-way trip. You know? So you got to get in while the boat is loading up. Get in while the boat loading up. Because I promise you, you don't want to be left at shore. You don't want to be left at shore on this one. Because the destination, whoo. But it ain't even about the destination. It's about the journey. That's why if you left on shore, you ain't going to probably even see That's if you run into somebody who done took the class, because you probably won't see him again. You probably be living a whole different life, whole different lifestyle, you know? And that's the difference. That's the difference right there. You're either going to step in to your confidence, step into your knowing, and sign up for this workshop, or you go look up 3, 4, 5 years from now with one of the lowest vibrational frequencies that you could ever have. Regret. Don't regret this 5 years from now. Take the class. Jump in this workshop. Sunday, August the 10th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be going live and showing you exactly what this workshop entails and details to put you together for the rest of your life. And as I say, I will be your personal mentor for a whole year. You cannot lose. It's a win-win. Ain't no way you go come out of this workshop and still be the same you that you are. You sitting here watching this video today, you sitting here watching this today, you go look up, and 5 years from now, you gonna be like, wow, I remember who I was. And I understand that the becoming of my new self is a process. And you're gonna enjoy the journey, and you're gonna see where you at. You're gonna be like, yes, you're gonna love it. But you gotta start somewhere. You know? You gotta start. I encourage you to take that leap of faith in thyself and come with me on this journey that's going to branch off for you into your own journey of beautifulness, the journey of, I like that word, I don't even know if it's a real word, beautifulness. The journey of beautifulness. This is the most beautiful journey you can take, you know? And the aspects of life that beat your ass down every single damn day will slowly fade away. Just slowly fade away. Y'all have no idea the benefits besides learning and making money that you're going to get, you know? Because Scam America, yeah, that's what I called it. Scam America, right? How to survive in Scam America, you know? For years, especially for the so-called black people, people of color, colored folks, had a damnedest time trying to figure out how to make some money in this goddamn country. You know? And every time we thought we figured something out, it wasn't really what it was. You know? Dope come out in the 80s, right smack dead in the hood. Crack come in, CIA bringing it in, the government bringing it in, Ronald Reagan bringing it in, our own government, you know? Poison in the communities, breaking up families, you know? We still recovering from that. 80s babies, where y'all at? Where the people born 1980, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85? Hold on, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, because y'all are 80 babies too. And in fact, y'all more 80s babies than the ones born in the 80s, because when the shit jumped off, y'all was cognitive enough to see it more directly, you know? I had to wonder what's wrong with Auntie. Y'all knew already. scantless. This country scantless. They didn't give a fuck about us. You know? How we pay their ass back? We pay their ass back by learning something new. We pay their ass back by going to take from them what they owe us anyway. Y'all think they gonna give us reparations? Is that what y'all waiting on? Y'all still waiting on 40 acres and a mule? Y'all still waiting on... Look, ain't no way around it. You go always have to pay taxes. You never gonna own your house. This is Scam America. And a big part of the scam is the stock market was not accessible to us at one point. But it is now. It is now. I'm bringing it to you. You cannot say you don't know no more. People ask all the time. They ain't teach us nothing in school. They ain't teach us how to survive in school. Exactly. They taught you what a chart and a graph was, but they didn't teach you how to use it. But it's a little bit more complex than that. But it's also not as complex as you think. And when you take this workshop, you will find out on all levels what I'm really talking about here. Let's get it back from these corporations. Let's get it back from these banks. They not gonna give you nothing. And every time you look up, Chrysler laying off. Is it still called Chrysler? I forget what it's called now. Fiat? I don't know. Ford laying off. Soon as y'all sign the contract. Layoffs. Temporary workers. And I love y'all. Y'all get that bread for them, but sign up for this goddamn class too. Because in a few years, you might be like, you know what? Fuck them. You know? You might not care to bend over backwards and lift boxes and screws or break concrete and construction no more. You know? Get in this class. Get in this workshop. Sunday, August the 10th, 4 p.m. Come and change your life. Come and change your life. It's going to be the most extravagant experience of uplifting thyself from within, you know? Because like I say, it's not just about the money, because you're going to get that. Trust me, you're going to get that. And I'm going to show you Sunday, August the 10th at 4 p.m. how it's done. And then you can sign up for the workshop. And then step by step, higher and higher and higher. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of all the people that's already in the Saturday class. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of all the people that have been through the previous classes, you know, that stuck with it, you know, because this is a journey, you know, and when you get involved in this workshop, you go understand the reason why you are the way you are, and you're going to know exactly how to change it from within self. And you go sit there and you're going to be like, damn, it's crazy that I went to learn how to trade stocks. But actually, I just learned myself and now the stocks just trade themselves for me. And you go get to that point to where you're just going to look back at your old self and wonder how you was that. See, a lot of y'all don't have enough imagination right now to even see yourself doing something different. Close your eyes. Picture yourself not going to clock in. Close your eyes and picture yourself not having to worry about bills and stressing. You know, close your eyes and know peace. And like I say, it's crazy that the only way out is to fuck with the same people that got us in. The banks and the corporations. I don't give a damn. I call it robbing the bank. That's what I call it. I call it legally robbing the bank without a gun. You wake up in the morning, 9:30 come, you see what the hell happened, and you're in and out like a goddamn robbery. Or you slow roll them and you creep them all night, and when you wake up in the morning, boom, up 1,000. We gonna show you how to do that. The Profit Path team, myself, the Trader's Blueprint. They gonna put this one in history, y'all. The Trader's Blueprint going down in history. You know? Tell a friend. If you don't feel you got the capacity to do it, why not put your smart friend on? You know? I'm sure you got your son down there. You tired of him eating off of you? Pay for the class for your son. Get him off that video game. Get him off that video game. And some of y'all grown people, get up off that video game. You know? Get something else going on, because I guarantee you, all that time you spent in doing this ain't making you no money. And you're doing that only to relieve stress, just to escape. Why don't you come and solve the problem instead of trying to escape the problem? And that's what it comes down to with this. You really want to change your life? Or you really want to just live in the world trying to act like it ain't what it is? Because it is what it is. It's exactly what it is. You know? From the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, all the way through Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, you know, been out here trying to figure out how to get your own. Well, the reality of what's going on right now is you will technically never have your own. You know, as far as like property, you will never own property. You always have to pay taxes, you know? Even on the stock market, whatever you make, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. They going to still want their cut. But you will have absolutely no problem giving them their little cut. No problem at all. Give them their little cut and keep it moving. Because guess what? Once you understand the game, and this is how the game is played, you go play it and you will play it well. No complaining, no crying. Just go politely, get it right back from them and walk away. And it's a way easier than you think it might be. You know? But with that being said, appreciate everybody that enjoyed this live. See y'all Sunday, August the 10th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Trader's Blueprint will be revealed. And I encourage all of y'all to watch that preview. Take it in and sign up for the workshop. Shout out to the Profit Path. Shout out to you, Nate. Shout out to you, Sean. You know, shout out to you, Gil. You know what I'm saying? I seen your live earlier on the astrology tip. You know what I'm saying? Always got that insightful information. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Mac Ave. You know? Shout out to my family. Everybody out from where they at. You know, all the Taylor, Romulus, out of towners. You know what I'm saying? Look, this for y'all. This for everybody. If you run across this, I don't care if you don't know me. Sign up for the workshop. You know? Preview and sign up starts August the 10th, Sunday at 4 p.m. You know, get your mind ready, get your popcorn ready, you know, so you can sit back and understand something. Because you're going to want to be involved in this. And there's no way around it. Once you see exactly what's going on, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to be involved in this. So tell a brother, tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your aunt. Tell them that your life is about to change and maybe theirs can too. You know? Like I say, it's already a scam with America anyway. They poison your food. They poison the air. Fluoride in the water. They don't want us to win. That's why they held this from us for so goddamn long. But now that I've been cracked the code with the Profit Path team, we offer you a preview Sunday, August the 10th, 4 p.m. When you get out of church, come on in. Watch this live. You know? When you go get grandma's house and go eat. You know? All right, grandma, that food was good, but let me cut on this preview of this workshop real quick. It's important, grandma. Tell grandma it's important. You know? Tell grandma it's going to change your life. She go believe you. And she go like, go ahead, boy. Go ahead and watch a show that's going to change you. Oh, join the class. Because there's fun in there. It's beautiful on this side of the world. You know? It's beautiful. And so I encourage all of y'all. Watch the preview Sunday, August the 10th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You know? Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Appreciate all y'all. Have a good ass night. And I will see y'all Sunday.